weight shift or weight transfer is very misunderstood. There's still a lot of information out there saying, as soon as you start down, move everything way left past the ball. And this is really a misunderstanding of how a golf swing works. So where I think people go wrong is they look at the follow through, the end of the swing, and they see that the weight is pretty much all on the left foot, and the head upper body tends to line up over that left foot. And they assume that because that's what it looks like at the end, that in the downswing, everything needs to be going that way. But look at good golf swings, look at where the weight is, the head is in particular at impact. It's just not the case that everything is in front of the ball. In fact, to hit the ball well, we're more behind the ball, and you'll see the same thing in other sports. If you watch baseball, they're more that way. Serving a tennis ball, they're back there. They don't go through until after they've hit the ball. So trying to get past the ball is not really how a good golf swing works. What is more common to see with better players is setting up to the ball. Let's say it's a full swing. The ball position is going to be pretty close to left ear, so the entire head is to the right-hand side of the ball, and it's going to be pretty close to that at impact. It's after impact, once we start to stand up out of our posture and turn through this way, that the head then goes to the left. So this idea of getting past the ball at impact, all it leads to is steep angle of attack, and you can be pretty sure a lot of fat shots occasionally. Perhaps if the club comes straight down on top of the ball, then you'll hit it thin. So really all it does is lead to a overly steep angle of attack into the ball. So again, what we're actually looking for is being behind the ball at setup with full shots, and coming back into the ball, we're still behind the ball. That way, I can lead with my hands, have the club come in shallow, and hit the ball nice and cleanly. If it's that way, it doesn't matter how far I think I can get my hands in front of the ball. The club is coming down so steeply, even though your hands might be forward, there's a good possibility the club doesn't even reach the ball because the club's going that way. So in order to lead with the hands, hit the ball solid, what we're actually looking for is to be predominantly behind the ball so that the hands can lead. And again, for those golfers who think, okay, get left and try and lead with the hands, those two moves don't tend to work well together, because the more you do that, the more likely you are to end up injuring your wrists. So the more you go that way, the more you want to do this move to stop the club digging into the ground. So if you're one of those golfers who finds they hit the ball fat a lot and the weight is way back on the right foot at the end, and someone says, oh, you need to get your weight forward, pretty much the opposite, because so many golfers left in the back swing, left coming down, they have to back up to avoid digging holes in the ground. So if you find you're hanging back on your right side at the end, more likely than not that you're too far left, probably in the setup, backswing, starting down, and you have to back up to avoid perhaps injuring yourself and just digging a big hole in the ground. So to summarize, we tilt to the right because left hand higher than the right hand on the club, head is slightly behind the ball, swing to the top, a little shift to the right, no problem, swing back down, more or less back to where we were in the setup position. That way we can lead with the hands, shallow, sweep the ball off without digging holes, without hurting our wrists.